welcome. In this video, I'm out here once again with Mylo for service dog training. And the focus here on this exercise is going to be on, again, picking up objects, but in a very kind of efficient way. This is still about kind of shaping or building a picture in terms of getting Mylo to respond in a way that's going to be very kind of clean, as I call it. Clean meaning that nothing kind of getting in the way. When dogs want to pick up things, they want to try to sometimes chew at it a little bit or use their paws to kind of grab at it. Here I want him to pick it up using his mouth, but without those things happening. So how I'm kind of working the script, as I call it, to help to kind of make it more direct and kind of more responsive in a better way, is to, again, this is about rewarding for better moments. So again, I'm going to use a reward to motivate him. Again, this is where people look at, when to use a motivator, when to use positive, reinforcement, as they call it. Okay, it's about making sure that the perceptions of a dog have changed at the right level first, that the relationship has moved in the right direction at a certain level. And then this is where, again, using motivators doesn't create a problem, or doesn't become an open door for dogs to continue to hold control. It doesn't take the form of bribery. Okay, so I talk a lot about this issue about bribery and why, if you start too soon doing it that way, it can lead people into assuming things that aren't true regarding the sit down, come and stay, certain responses, because it's about relationship. Understand, this is all about making sure that this is taking the right path. So for a service dog, you want a dog to be reliable, consistent, dependable, no matter what environment, situation that you're in. Beyond the training environment, you want a dog to be able to perform certain tasks when you really need them to. Okay, so this is all about making sure it's going to happen the right way, by way of Mylo's perceptions altering properly. So here, again, same thing. I'm going to move over. Again, I have the objects out here, right from the kind of the easiest and then progressively more difficult, going right over to the screwdriver. With the screwdriver, I've noticed he likes to kind of try to chew at a little bit. So there's moments where I'm kind of still helping, okay, by way of kind of moving into his mouth a little bit, and then rewarding within those moments. And what that does is kind of plays off of his kind of naturalistic way of perceiving. And so the goal here is to start to kind of build the picture. Okay, this is all about kind of picture building and knowing how to shape through certain responses. But again, the role of influence at the same time. So if he kind of loses focus, kind of badgering him a little bit with getting him back refocused by continuing to kind of motivate him. But then again, when he is doing things properly, a really good level of reward. And you'll see me even here, like with the petting. Okay, this is where I'll start to engage in a really kind of jackpotting, as I call it, the petting, but saving all of that for this type of a task-related training. Okay, kind of like I described, like holding on to kind of like a reserve wine and saving it for certain moments. It's very helpful because he's going to be more motivated. Say, hey, how do I get that? I mean, how do I get petting from Dale, right? So kind of saving it for this type of of building this type of a picture. Okay. So I'm going to start to move here with him. Again, when I do this type of interaction, I'm going to be switching him over to the flat collar. So notice here, same thing here. I have both collars on him at the same time. I'll move him over to the flat collar because, again, I don't want too much influence over him because I want to try to get him motivated. So same thing here. I'm going to move to the first object here. And get it. Good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy, sit. Good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy, out, good boy. So same thing, want to really kind of motivate him, get him going here. Get it. Good boy, good boy, good boy, sit. Good boy, Mylo, good boy, out, good boy, good boy. Lots of reward, okay. Want to kind of really highly motivate him here. But same thing too, he's like, as he gets more and more motivated, the expectation is to make the positions more solid. So in terms of firming up the sit, okay, because again, this is the one just kind of lunging out towards things. I want this to be more kind of directed towards whatever specific object is dropped. So same thing here. So now I'm now, see what, so now I'm going to kind of hold him a little bit more and not let him just kind of lunge forward because I know the desire's there. Get it, get it. Good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy, sit. Come on, get it, sit. Good boy, out, good boy. So same thing here. That's a good example is when you know that the desire is really, the motivation is really picked up to a higher level, then you can kind of restrain a little bit, hold the dog back to firm up the sit position, okay? A little bit more emphasis on control. Same thing, do it one last time. Get it, get it. Good boy, good boy, good boy, sit, sit. Same thing, I'm pushing him into the sit. Out. Good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy. Lots of praise. And move to the next object, which again, you know, using different objects, going from again easier to more difficult. Get it, get it, get it, come on, get it, get it. Rolling around a little bit, get it, get it, get it. Sit, sit, out. Good boy, good boy, good boy. Doing really good. Then you'll put it down again. Get it, sit, out, out. Good boy, good boy, good boy. Grab, sit. Did really good there. One last time. Same thing, you notice he's trying to use his paws here a little bit and stuff. So again, there's times you know, you want to kind of try to keep it clean. Get it. Sit. Out. Good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy. That was really good. Very happy with that. The next one here is the remote. Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. Good boy. Sit. Out. Out. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. That was pretty good. So I'm going to move to the next one here. This one's a little more difficult. You know, it's a piece of pipe, but it has some metal on it. So just to give, again, different kind of textures, different shapes, different feels. So you have to do this. Get it, get it, get it. Boy, sit. Dropped it. Even work through it here. Get it, get it, get it. Come on, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. Good boy, good boy. Sit. Good boy. Out. Out. Good boy. So there you see me kind of helping him a little bit more. Again, he's kind of, this is like a newer object, so I want to kind of investigate, check it out a little bit. And again, I want to encourage him to take a hold of it, okay? So again, a little bit of influence there, but just enough to kind of gently put it into his mouth, but then switch to reward too. So do it one more time. Get it. Good boy. Get it. Get it. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Sit. Good boy. Out. Good boy. That was good for that. Pretty good. Now last one here. Again, this one here, he likes to really try to chew at the handle of the screwdriver, okay? Because the texture of it such that, so when that starts to happen, something like that happens, you want to move it into the dog's mouth a little sooner and don't let them kind of work at it, okay? Get it, get it, get it. Good boy, sit. Out. Good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy. We'll do it one more time. See, he's jumping up a little bit. Because again, he likes the feel of it, wants to kind of chew at it. Again, this is where, again, you want to put a little influence over that and interrupt some of that. Get it. Get it. Get it. Sit. Out. Out. So he wants to hold it a little longer here. So this is where I put influence over him here. Good boy. Good boy. So he did really, really good overall. Again, when you do this type of exercise, you know, you want to move to easier objects first. lots of reward. You see kind of petting on him, getting really motivated, getting his motivation up. Because again, understand that when you start to, it's knowing that kind of the right blend, okay, between, motivating a dog and influence. Because here's the thing, when a dog has total control of something, and the ball is a good example, if you can put what I say to the test. If you have a dog that's been chasing a ball, totally kind of like really taking control over a certain object, and then you start to bring influence into the equation, and within the context of what's reasonable, if they have a lot of control over an object, like a lot of control, and then you start to, take a hold of their collar, put them into the sit first, it'll throw them off, okay? It's like two extremes, and they lose all desire, okay, to want to chase that ball, because they're saying, hey, I don't want to play this game. I had full control over it before. That person was just kind of like my, boy toy, toll booth in the person, right? And you'll see that. You'll kind of see how that, so when you have a sense that a dog has that level of control over something, you want to introduce influence in a very kind of relaxed way, okay? Because you don't want to throw things off at that level, and then just slowly kind of edge towards more and more influence. So for example, if he's, ultimately I want him to be more, controlled by way of the sit, and then, more really clean with directing him. But at first I need his desire really up higher, because, some objects are going to be more challenging, and so I need his motivation to be higher, his desire to be higher, in order to be willing to take those objects in. So I'll use more, more praise, more reward, more petting. And then once that desire goes really up, really high, where you kind of see there's almost like lunging forward for the object, then you can focus more on influence by way of the sit position, firming up those positions. So I would say doing really good, very happy with this exercise. And this is something, again, that's happening ongoing.